Boom, ladies and gentlemen. It's Technically Speaking live on a Friday night special. A little bit weird. We went with the straight triple open, the illustrious triple open, where we went straight to the three boys in the house.
That's right.
Friday night special. It's a little different. Normally we're a Wednesday night type crew. We're bringing it into you Friday night. First of all, we promised that we were going to go live at some point in the week. Now we pushed it. We only got about 3 hours left of that week. But we pushed it. We came through. We're going to talk about why. Spoiler alert. It's because we have lives.
We're busy.
Not to say that you all don't have lives. Like
Two of you have lives.
Well, you do too. You shut your hole. We'll talk about that. We got a good show. Great show. I'm going to be a bit of a mess. Probably.
It's late in the week. It's understandable.
But I want to kick it over to, I almost see BD Rick. We're going to go BD Rick.
BD Rick.
BD Rick.
It. BD Rick.
Mr. Boombox. Mr. Boombox, how are you, my friend?
Oh, my goodness. I'm doing well. Appreciate y'all being flexible with me. I am fantastic. It's been a heck of a week.
Yeah.
We'll just say. I am coming off a week where I accidentally agreed to go to Cedar Point on August 2nd with 4 children, my in-laws, my brother-in-law, and my wife. A 9-pack of 4 kids under 12. Because I looked at July 2nd, which would have been a Sunday. Would have been a great day. So instead, so logistical error. Just went with it. Rode a bunch of rides. Proud of my daughter. She rode the Millennium Force twice for the first time ever.
Nice.
Good for her.
That is awesome.
I had to hold her in because she's very small. I had to hold her down.
Uh-huh. Did she come up off the ground?
Yeah, a couple times. She's into it, though. The second time she rode with no hands. That's just who I'm raising, apparently.
That's badass right there. That's straight. That's badass.
Yeah. But life is good. I mean, who's got it better than us? Nobody.
I don't know. So you hit up the whole Cedar Point thing. I went a little different. I went a little different tactic. And so I'm going to... Stats, why don't you introduce segment 0.5? This is not segment 1. It really, truly is segment 1. But Stats, I'm gonna have you kick it off, run the scene. Stats, take it away. Camera is yours.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, since Scott skipped it earlier, welcome back to Technically Speaking Live with Scott, and Stats, coming to you from the 1% Studios here.
Always bringing in the question without 1%. Look at this guy as a producer.
In Scott's basement. So, segment 0.5 today.
It's a studio.
Segment 0.5 today. Growing older and yet still doing athletic-ish things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and bring just dumb choices. You did the Cedar Point thing. A lot of steps. That's a lot of walking. The dogs had to be barking.
Yeah, I rode, I want to say 10 roller coasters.
That's pretty good.
At my ripe old age.
Well, I mean, we were
feeling
there last
in
year.
the vertebrae. Yeah.
Oh, that 10? You did open close.
All of them.
You did. Did you do open close? Straight. It opened at
open to 8 p.m.
Ooh,
so
it was a solid 12-hour
10
day.
hour. Yeah, it was a sesh. It was a sesh.
Did you drive up before, or did you stay up there?
Drive up before, drove back that night.
Oh man!
Again, Wednesday.
Oh
wow!
Wednesday. Hardcore.
Oh
yeah.
Yikes!
Yeah. There were points on the ride home, so they're doing a ton of fantastic asphalt work up there, but it doesn't help get me home on time. So the way that it took me was I had to drive over to Mansfield to get to the 71.
Classic.
There were points
the opposite direction you needed to go.
Apple CarPlay where you think it's a map. It's just a line in a field of grass. There weren't mailboxes. I don't know where I was. It was getting very dark.
Yeah.
And on roads I was surprised were paved.
So I just got a text message. It says, I'm watching, say hi to me. Hi, Mom.
Mom.
Oh, Mother. Hello. Okay, so you did the Cedar Point thing. I went the opposite direction. After one hellacious week at work, I decided to go to Jellystone Campgrounds, which is where I'm rocking a boo boo, I believe.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where this blue it's so they got a big pond there, and in that big pond it is a beautiful bluish greenish hue. Very nice.
Okay.
And they have this giant like inflatable, like, it's not a monstrosity because that has somewhat of a negative connotation to it. It is a massive inflatable thing. Think do you remember that show on ABC called Wipeout?
Wow, yes.
Okay, so think that.
Okay.
One of the things that we had to do, every person, no matter what, had to wear a life vest. First of all, I don't know if you've ever shopped for a life vest when you are my size. That is not simple. I found one. It's basically like two boats strapped together with some twine. So I got it. Okay, so I'm good. So like my big self is just poured into this life jacket, which the string
looking svelte.
Look, the string is just screaming. Like it is just screaming. I'll tell you what, like the fat on my sides had to look like a G-string. Like it was so aggressive. Like it was cutting into my sides. And so like I look like a mess. I look like 40 pounds of man in a 10-pound sack. It just did not, it was not a good look. My mohawk was a mess.
lyric. Yeah.
It was just a mess. I was disheveled. I was a mess. I had sunglasses on. So I mean, I was looking like Hot Mess Express. And so like I'm out there floating and my kids are like, all right, Dad, I need you to get on this ninja course and do the thing. Now look, I look athletic. When I say I look athletic, think
Sumo wrestling?
yeah, that's it. Think that kind. Like that's where I'm
Shot putter?
Yeah, I'm kind of built like that. Like a brick shit house type thing.
I bet you have a nice golf swing.
I do have
He
a beautiful
does.
I have
He
a
does,
beautiful
yeah.
golf swing actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
When he squares
So-
up the club face.
Shut your mouth. I square it up most of the time. So I have to get onto this like flotation thing, right? They don't tell you that the step is like just a foot below the water. That means I've got to put my leg almost to my shoulder. I haven't been like that since I was 12. I don't move like that. I look ridiculous. I look like the last unicorn ever. Like I am like up there, but it's slippery. So like I'm trying to pull myself back and I'm flipping back, falling in the water. I'm a freaking mess. So I finally get up there, right? I'm good. I'm walking around. I'm out there playing and my kids are having a blast and I'm falling in the water and then struggling with the next 20 minutes to just get back up on the flotation thing. It took me 2 hours, but I did manage to get to the top of this flotation thing. And it's high. We're talking 25 feet in the air.
Ooh.
So 25 feet above the water.
I mean, that's an 8-meter diving platform.
Yeah, it was big. It was very big. It took every ounce of my being. It took every fiber of muscle that remains in my body to get up there.
It's like a water Spartan run or something.
Dude, it was brutal. It was brutal. So I'm still in sunglasses. I would have been sweating if I weren't wet. And my daughter, my oldest, gets up to the top. And it takes her 2 seconds because she's super athletic. She's great and she's in wonderful shape. She runs circles around me. She got up and down, up and down, up and down, like it was no problem. I get to the top. She's like, I want you to go down the slide. I said, okay. I get to the top. I shift my weight, right? It's not a big platform. We're talking about a platform that's maybe 3x3. It's not big at all.
Oh.
I shift my weight. And this child, I almost said a nasty word. This child straight up throws a shoulder shrug into me. And it's over, folks. Not only do I not hit the slide, well, I hit the slide. I'm going down the slide, asshole over elbow. I'm tumbling, like a big old barrel rolling down the hill. I splash into the water, not a belly flop, a back flop. I land probably like I'm holding my nose.
Yeah.
Boom. I have no idea where my sunglasses. I don't know where my sunglasses went.
White chocolate starfish, everybody.
I mean, it was everywhere. I didn't know up from down. I thought I sank to the bottom. I was underwater for what felt like an eternity. And as soon as I like, whoa, I come to, and there's a group of children just dying. Dying.
I was going to say, what's your audience like here? How many people saw this?
Well, it's a Jellystone Campground, so
Enough.
Yeah.
Enough.
Too many.
Enough children saw this. I looked at my daughter. I go, "What did it look like?" She goes, "Dad, like a fat guy rolling down a hill."
Now, was there any security cam footage that
No,
we can
thank God, no.
request from Jellystone Corporate?
No. Brother Tana, I appreciate you coming through with that super chat. Thank you so much. $5 for me, a fat guy rolling down a hill. Appreciate that super chat. Yeah, see, but that's what I'm talking about. And now the remnants. So that was yesterday. The remnants of all this. I can't move. Like my abs are like I hurt. Everything hurts. My shoulders, my traps, like my triceps, my biceps, my abs, my ass. Like it all hurts. I'm so glad this is on the internet.
Yes.
And I'm so glad I'm willingly putting it out on the internet.
This is fantastic content right here.
Yeah. So I'm also seeing there's some comments about your Cedar Point thing. Is Cedar Point better than Kings Island? This is not up for debate. It is Cedar Point.
Close.
It is Cedar Point by a mile.
Level of
More than
rides,
mine.
number of rides. Now, my son is living his best life this week because Wednesday we went to Cedar Point. On Sunday, his best friend asked him to go to Kings Island. So he went to both of them in the span of 4 days.
Yeah.
And we asked him, and he was like, "Oh, it's Cedar Point." But they had some cool ones.
Smart kid.
He said the good thing about Kings Island is if you get their version of whatever, the Fast Pass is called, there was no wait longer than 5 minutes. Like their Fast Pass is truly a different socioeconomic class than the rest of the proletariat riders. Yeah, it was like
You don't get that at
Cedar.
Cedar Point.
No,
You're slumming it out there.
You're still. I mean, even with the Fast Pass, you're going to wait. You could wait up to 30 minutes for a ride.
Oh yeah, easy. Did you do the Fast Pass thing?
Oh yeah, Fast Pass Plus. Now there's
That
a
sets you
different
back.
tier of
I was gonna say that set you back some. That was some coin.
Yeah.
That was not
Yeah.
cheap.
worth every penny.
Worth every penny.
Every penny. Every penny. Got
So-
it every time.
He's absolutely right. So, folks, if you don't know, he rode, you said 10. You pulled in 10.
So, Gatekeeper, Valraven.
Those are right.
Millennium Force.
Right close to
twice,
the front. Yeah.
Maverick. Have you guys read Steel Vengeance yet?
Yes.
Did we ride?
I know I did.
I don't remember if I
think
did.
I think that's the
No
one that
shoulder
Gigi and I
straps.
went on.
Okay.
No shoulder straps. It's built inside of the old framework of the Mean Streak, and it's a magnetic coaster. They wand you like you're going through TSA. You have to have
I did not. Definitely did
nothing
not do
on
that.
you.
Yeah.
Nothing on you. And it's the greatest ride on earth. It's my number one. It
So-
barrel rolls you with no
Shoulder straps, yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's the one that
Through
Gigi and I
avoid-
did,
yeah.
just the two of us. And yeah, they have little storage lockers and they're free. They want
'Cause they kick you out of
nothing
line.
in your pockets.
Wow.
They kick you out. They kick you out of line again after they say no bags. You can't have anything. Then they have glass cases filled with destroyed mobile tech that has fallen off.
Yes, we need that picture.
Well, you and your dad sat and waited for
Yeah.
us. That was the one. And I don't know if I called you over, but I pointed it out to Gigi that we will absolutely not be trying to sneak our phones onto this
Yeah,
ride.
absolutely not. And so here's what I'll tell you is like, again, as you kind of just, if you were here a little bit, like just 3-4 minutes ago, talking about my perils of being in the water, it should come as no surprise. I'm not necessarily built to also be poured into a seat at Cedar Point. I can, in some instances, that is one that I cannot. It's
What was the dual one that's right up front near the front gate that we rode like right off the
I
bat
don't
when we
remember.
went last year?
I know
You
Valraven,
were-
I think.
No, that one's
Is
over
that the
on
one that goes
left.
straight down?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
And
pretty
they
sick.
hang you over the edge and stop.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
And then you slide all the way into your harness.
Oh yeah. And so as a guy who had to take the extra space harness because I have extra space, like when you slide into that harness, you're like, I really hope that extra little bit of fabric you gave me is holding all of this mass, because if not, I'm going to be flung from here to Kingdom Come, and I don't know where I'm going to land. It'll be a mess. It'll be a mess. But that's why, like, again, I love Cedar Point, but we need to learn that this is it.
Yeah.
We can't, like, we're old. We're old.
I felt like I wrestled a bear Thursday morning. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just feel like you just been beat. Like I feel like I just got the piss beat out of me is what it feels like. Just gut punch after gut punch. Stats over here, he still works out. He wouldn't have batted an eye at Jellystone or Cedar Point.
Well, I mean, we did have a great time last year at Cedar Point. That was a lot of fun. There were only a couple last year. There was one that was shut down. The mine ride was shut down, and there was one more that we were thinking about doing, but we'd had a very long day.
Oh, yeah,
like you, we had driven up in the morning, spent all day and most of our money, and then we still had to drive home that night.
But then this gets to the point I made just a few minutes ago. Buy that Fast Pass Plus, because we rode 4, maybe 5 rides, no Fast Pass. You rode double that.
Oh yeah.
Pay the extra, do it.
Yeah.
Hands down. Cedar Point, if you want to sponsor the stream, you let me know.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
You let me know. All right, Stats, going to kick it back to you to kick into the actual first segment. Go ahead, Stats, take it away.
All right, so for segment number 1 or 2, who's really counting?
Shut up.
We're going to talk about the Pixel Fold. We briefly touched on it last week, but there has been another full week and a half of interesting articles, more interesting hot takes, and massive levels of online hate, discontent, and silliness. So we're going to talk a little bit about the chip that's inside of it. We're going to talk about the screen. We're going to talk about actual morons who intentionally break phones just for internet clout. Yeah, that's about it.
So big shout out to the 14th Prime. Thank you so much. Love it, love it, love it. Step at you. Hello, hello. Pixel Fold, this hate, I was reading Reddit the other day, earlier today, talking about some of the most Cajun takes I've ever heard. I don't think I've ever read some of the dumbest things I've ever heard like this. People were complaining that one of the takes was, hey, watching Zach, who breaks the phones on purpose. That's what Zach does. That's his thing. He does tests. He does scratch tests. That's the thing that he does. He took a Pixel Fold and he bent it the opposite way, and it broke. Because this is what he does. He tests the strength of the durability of the phones, and it broke in half. Okay, when you bend a foldable the opposite way, I expect that. These people on Reddit were saying, well, he did the same thing to the Z Fold 4 from Samsung, and it didn't break. So I would expect the Pixel to be of equal quality for it to not break when you are not using it as it's designed to be used. What are you doing? The phone is not designed to be folded that way. Nobody, the only person on the planet that I can think of that would do that is Zach, and he's a multi-million subscriber channel built on the fact that he does those durability tests.
So other people don't have to.
So other people don't do those dumb things. Folding it the opposite direction breaks it. And they're upset and complaining about it on Reddit that it's that stupidity, that stupid test, it didn't hold up to the same thing as the Z4, and it should, because it's a foldable.
Did they think they were going to have two $900 phones?
I don't know what they were doing. Like, I don't. Well, it's a foldable, so it should be the same thing as the Z Fold 4. Or, and here's a wild idea, don't fold it that way.
Or if you want a Z Fold 4, buy a Z Fold 4.
Just fold it like normal. It's fine. No, like Jason said, out of 100 people, who's actually bending their fold the opposite direction? -10.
Yeah.
Not one single person. I would bet you out of 1,000, not one single person would do it. Not one single person would do it. And so these people are complaining that it's not that the bending it the wrong way wasn't as good as the bending it the wrong way Samsung. So here's another one. People are getting upset about the Tensor chip. Tensor 2. It's not good enough. Runs hot. Wi-Fi's not as good. Bluetooth's not as good. Cellular connection's not as good. Now here's what I will say. The Tensor 2 chip it does lack in comparison to on those things. It does lack in comparison to Snapdragon 8th Gen, Gen 1, Gen 2. It's not as good. It is literally the second chip that Google's ever made. Snapdragon, been making chips for a long time. It is the second chip. Second one. They are saying that it's not fast enough. What? Not fast enough? What are you doing? You trying to fly a ship to Mars? What are you trying to do? What crazy tests are you doing that your Tensor 2 in your Pixel 7 can't handle? Still waiting on that.
I wonder what iOS was installed on the Tesla Roadster on its way to Mars.
Not that.
Not a Tensor 2.
Not that. And they're complaining that they can't see the screen from outside. It's not bright enough outside. What are we doing here, folks? Are we just complaining for the sake of complaining?
Yes.
Cajun.
110%.
That's what I said. Cajun. All right, but the big thing that I did want to talk about, Stats taking you off screen, I'm going to go to the double share right here. I'm saying it.
Beautiful.
Buy the Pixel Fold. Buy the Pixel Fold. Crazy deals. People will complain. One of the biggest complaints about the Pixel Fold, $1,800. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, right here is going to tell you, you can go get yourself a Pixel Fold. Look at some of these prices, fold-ins, trade-ins, Amazon, Best Buy, AT&T. AT&T is taking $1,000 off for the Pixel Fold right now. Right now. No trade-in required. None.
God, it's beautiful. It is
Verizon.
beautiful.
Qualifying trade-in can take $900 off when you sign up for a select 5G phone. You can also get a free Pixel Watch. Free Pixel Watch. By the way, love my Pixel Watch.
Got the
T-Mobile
tan line to prove it.
What's that?
Said got the tan line to prove it.
Got that tan line to prove it. And the screens, the scratches on the screen are also to match. $1,000 off with T-Mobile. Go buy the phone.
$1,000 off.
$1,000 off already. Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah. Go buy the phone.
You're getting a 3-screen phone
Yeah.
with the latest chip that Google offers for $800.
Ladies and gentlemen, always a blast to have Juan in the chat. And Juan says, and yet Tensor 2 outpaces the iPhone 14 Pro in Ultra HD video rendering. Huh. Some people use and he comes right back. Some people use their phones. Some people just whip them out their Antutus and measure their specs. Thank you. It's a measuring contest. Yeah, but can you get higher the Tutu? And I need a double core value thing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just shut up and use your phone. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your Antutus. Nobody cares about your benchmarks. Nobody cares. You know what you're going to do? You're going to go over there and you're going to take a freaking picture of that puppy or that flower and you're going to post it on your Instagram. Just go do that. Bye. And then you know what you can do? You actually, on the Pixel Fold, you're going to get a 5.8-inch display that you can actually use as a freaking phone when it's closed. And then when you need to, actually use it as a goddamn tablet the way it's supposed to be. 80% of the time, that phone's going to be closed, and then you open it up because you have the real estate. It's stupid. So dumb. Sorry.
So when are you going to go buy one?
I haven't got one yet.
Now
That's the best part. I just ranting and I don't even have one
Is
yet.
this a real I don't have one, or
I don't have
you,
one. Like God's honest
are we
truth.
back to old technically
Look,
speaking?
I'm trying to work out a deal or work out some moves right now to get a Pixel Fold.
Oh, he's
I
working
want
those
one.
moves.
I
He's
want
working
one. I'm working behind the scenes, working my tail off. I'm making moves.
He's climbing that water mountain. And at
Scott-
the top,
Scott-
is the
at the
Google
top.
Pixel Fold.
I've climbed the mountain a couple times that I
Boombox. We're gonna
Tech
need
King
to
Mike, my king, always a
selectively
pleasure to
edit
have you
some
here.
of those.
See, Tech King Mike's listening from 7A. The A devices, please.
So good.
People talking about these. The chip's not going to hold up for 3 years. Seriously, it's not going to hold up for 3 years. I know multiple people using Pixel 3s and 4s, and they still take some of the best photos that you can get out there.
Pixel 4 is a great phone.
Oh, and
It's a great phone.
it is a great phone, right?
It's the only Android device I've ever owned. And I actually love that phone. Loved that phone.
You mean this guy?
It's a thing of beauty.
Look at it. Look how pretty that is.
It's really
Such a
pretty.
beautiful device.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful device. And then here we go. Juan just brought up something interesting. All the folks slamming the Pixels love blaming Google, but conveniently ignore all the problems with it. And he just said the last part very importantly. And as a matter of fact, I was listening to Easy on Wednesday or Thursday, one of the two, whenever he had his live show where they were just roasting him about his Pixel because he had some Pixel problems. I mean, they were just eviscerating him, and it was hilarious, and I love him to death. They were all going hard on him. It was all in love. Talking about, hey, what about the screens? Who's providing the screens? So if the screen fails, who's providing the parts? Juan just said it. Samsung parts. Why aren't we holding Samsung accountable for this? No, it's easy to blame Google. It's easy to blame all these manufacturers or all these hardware companies like this, right? Oh, it's Google's fault. Yeah, but did they actually make the glass? Who'd they buy it from? Oh, they bought it from Samsung. Oh, that's all right. That's cool. That's cool. No, that's not true. Hold Samsung accountable. It's a problem. What are we doing? I feel like I'm just bogarting the entire show just by ranting.
It's all right. That's
I'm
what we're here for.
Scott's just
I'm
not.
literally here
Scott
for it.
literally just doesn't even care. He's like, yeah, whatever. He's looking over there like, BD Ricky. That hat is styling though. I love that hat. It's a good
It's
color.
Ricky time. It's Ricky time, baby.
It's Ricky time. Pixel P is right. She's like, it's not good for my blood pressure, but it's ridiculous. Stop doing this. If you get a green line on, like if OnePlus, you get a OnePlus phone that's got a green line in it on the screen. It's not OnePlus's problem. They bought it from Samsung.
So let's say you fold your Flex the wrong way.
Yeah.
Word is on the street. There's a new place you might be able to go get it fixed.
Now, love that segue. That segue
If
is
you-
going to
If
take
you
it
try to
over.
break bread with it. You try to break bread with your Pixel Fold.
Where we going?
Right? Best
Right
Buy.
here.
We're going to Best Buy.
You know how big of a deal this is?
Tell me.
Huge deal.
Huge deal.
There's a Best Buy on every corner, everywhere. Starbucks or Dunkin', then Best Buy. Walmart, Best Buy. They're almost always connected. Now, we're talking about the fact that Google is going to start teaming up, or there's a source, I should say this, sources say, indicate that Best Buy stores are training their staff to perform Google Pixel repairs through the Geek Squad. Not only is it, this is huge for Google because it immediately gives them a footprint. Arguably, I don't know this, Stat, you may want to look it up. Best Buy stores comparison to Apple stores. There's got to be way more Best Buys. Has to
I'm
be.
saying close. Sure.
It's got to be. The idea is
Has to
like,
be.
okay, then they're going to get this staff. They're going to get brick and mortar stores because one of the biggest points of frustration, and everybody tells it, Google's customer service is really lacking. But if you can go to Best Buy, which is available pretty much everywhere, and get your phones fixed, that would be huge. Look at this.
Boy. So,
Yeah, hit me with it.
let's play a little game.
Ooh, I like games.
The over under
Over under.
of Apple stores in the United States. I'm going to set the over-under at 300.
Under.
Okay, Mr. Boombox?
Over.
There are 272 Apple stores in the United States. Now, Best Buy, over-under, 1,000.
Oh, over. Easily over.
Okay, 1,045.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
by a factor of 5, Best Buy outweighs Apple with physical real estate.
And here's the thing. It puts them on par with this line right here. Best Buy already maintains in-store repairs for Apple's iPhones and a selection of Samsung Galaxy devices. If you're telling me that I can now go into Best Buy and get my Pixel repaired, huge deal. Most people forget about this right here. Similar note, Google's already made strides in supporting its right to repair movement, which is a huge movement, especially over in the EU. The right to repair, partnering with iFixit. You can go to YouTube and type in, hey, I broke the screen on my whatever. iFixit almost is always the first video that pops up. Almost always.
They got that SEO.
They got that SEO. Best Buy offering in-store Google Pixel repairs? Huge deal. Huge deal.
It's a huge brand already, but the fact that like you tack in like the Geek Squad brand, I mean that brand alone, that kind of sub brand alone is huge. Has been known for ever in the tech space, the tech support, tech repair space.
They have their own commercials standalone from Best Buy. Right. Geek Squad has their own commercials.
Weren't they driving like wrapped graphic
Hell yeah,
VW Beetles for a while?
Oh yeah, they are.
Well, and then once they started home delivering and setting up like TVs, they were driving Sprinter vans. I mean, geez.
Everybody drives a Sprinter van. Chester. All right.
Mercedes.
I love it when Juan stops by because it's always fun to see him in the chat. Like I also know how he feels about Samsung. Very similar to how I feel about Samsung. I don't think I have a Samsung TV in my house. I got LG. I got
some Vizios.
I don't think you have a single Samsung in my house. As I stare at you,
I was going to say this monitor.
Shut up.
This big.
Shut up.
Stinking huge monitor
Why don't you
in
shut
front
your
of
hole
you.
over there. You using any Samsung products? I do have a big ass monitor at Samsung. All right, do we want to do stats? You pick the segment. We're going to go to the next one. I'm going to give it back to you. You pick the next one.
Well, I think since we were just talking about Apple, and for once on this show, and I know it's rare, we weren't actually bashing on Apple. Let's go to potential segment of the night, Apple Quick Hitters. We have an article about the Apple savings accounts, which we've talked about in the past. We have an Apple about Elon and Tim Apple, otherwise known as Tim Cook. And then we've got a couple of others if we want to get to them. But let's go for the first two. Apple savings accounts, somewhat democratizing the ability to save across basically anybody who has an Apple device.
Okay, here's what I'm going to tell you. Boombox, do you have an Apple savings account?
No, I don't. And somehow this is the first savings account I've ever been excited to get. I mean, that is what Apple has done to me. That like it makes a savings account cool. I like the fact that and listen, I feel like I'm smarter than most sales, but yet still I love the exclusivity that it offers me.
Oh my God.
To like get this account.
Jesus.
Are
you serious?
It's so working. It's so working.
It's working. Are you kidding me?
Smarter than salespeople, but he's giving them a sales pitch on.
I get it.
Literally for free. You could give them
them
consulting hours for that.
I am giving them credit. I know. Oh, okay. Like you didn't just get consulting hours for the Pixel Fold. You just told everyone on Earth to go buy it for $40.
That's true. I did.
He's just hoping one's going to magically show up on his doorstep.
It's not going to. No one's going to send me one. I'm going to have to go out and earn it, which is fine.
Meanwhile, Apple will be happy to give me a savings account and an Apple Card, which I'm probably going to have both here shortly.
Okay,
I think I'm doing it. I will report back.
Small.
I
cost
expect it
of
next week.
Access to all your financial.
Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. I know that I I crap a lot on Apple on things. I crap on everybody. Everybody's equal opportunity crapper, I suppose. I have an iPhone. I have an Apple Card. I have an Apple savings account. Here's what I'm going to tell you. The 4.15% that you get, think about that in a savings account.
Mm-hmm.
The account offers a highly competitive 4.15% interest rates in partnership with Goldman Sachs. Now,
How did you pronounce that? Goldman what?
Goldman
Sachs.
Sachs.
All right, good.
How did you think I said it?
No, that's how we thought you said it.
Socks?
It's Sachs.
No, it's not. It's Goldman Sachs.
It's Goldman Sachs.
No, it's not.
Socks.
It's Goldman Sachs.
Just because it's your nickname.
Look, no, that's what it is. It's not Goldman Sachs, is it?
Yes.
No, it's not.
100%.
It's bullshit.
I will pull up.
Please tell us in the chat whether or not Peachy is saying Goldman Sachs correctly.
It's Sachs. Goldman Sachs. Is it Sachs?
No.
Wow.
I
Sachs.
thought you were making a joke that Goldman sucks.
For his many videos.
No, I wasn't.
For his
Wow.
many
This
videos
is my Bert Kreischer moment,
and
isn't it? It really
documentaries.
is.
Hang on. For as many videos and documentaries as you have watched about the 2008 financial crisis, you should know how to pronounce Goldman Sachs correctly.
Well, they usually only call it Goldman for the record in the financial. Like, so when you,
He's just trying to walk it back,
So a
folks.
little side chat here for a second because this is going to be great for putting up the segments later. I love the 2000. Like I love watching documentaries around the 2008 financial crisis because it's fascinating. It is one of the biggest downfalls ever. God awful, terrible thing. I love learning about it to try to figure out how to stop the next one or basically predict when the next one's coming. They always refer to it as Goldman, and I always thought it's Goldman Sachs. This is my Bert Kreischer moment.
It really is.
It's really happening right now. I hate you both.
The average savings account in the U.S. yields an interest rate of 0.42%.
0.42.
And so Apple is saying, I will beat you tenfold.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will move the decimal over for you
It did.
one time. Yeah. I'll see
I
you
will
there,
tell
Apple.
you.
I'll see you there.
I put not a small chunk of dollars in there, and it makes a difference. It really does.
Yeah.
That 4.15% every month. I just leave it there. I don't do anything with it. Every
Do you
month.
ever want to know? Do you ever want to know how? Because something, it's like I don't want to know
How?
how the bratwurst is made. I don't want to know how the bratwurst is made. How are they?
I'll
given
tell you after.
4%?
I'll tell you after the show.
Oh, I like that.
I'll tell you after the show.
That's a technically secret.
That is a technically secret special. Technically speaking, secrets.
remix.
But yeah, I'll tell you after the show. But 4.15%, guaranteed 4.15%. By the way, Goldman, notice I didn't say the last part of that.
Yep.
Is losing their butt on this. They are losing awful, like to the tone of like $1 billion debt.
Yeah.
Getting smoked. But that's not my problem, so I will take that 4.15% from Apple. If you don't have it, so here's the catch. You got to have Apple Wallet and you got to have an Apple Card.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's your exclusivity, so you got to have a credit card, which by the way, guess who that's backed by?
Goldman
Chase?
sucks.
Goldman Sachs. I can't not say it's sax. It really
Sax.
a sax like a saxophone.
Golden socks.
Like a sack of potatoes. Like a
really?
sack of White Castles.
You guys are messing with me right now.
No.
Goldfish snacks.
Bumberdick Cumberdatch. So Pixel P is saying PayPal gives 4.3%.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's
I
good to
didn't-
know. Thank you, Pixelpia.
Wow.
That's interesting. Again,
Huh.
Yeah, I have
I got
a
a
fun money savings account just with a random, and I'm getting 4.1 on that one.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Again,
transfer
it's not
all
from a
my-
bank. It's kind of this Apple weird investment not Apple, but it
Sounds
related.
Colombian.
No, it's not that
Sounds like
either.
it's Bernie Madoff.
It does. Like,
No.
it's this pyramid scheme. I learned about it.
He's
It's penny
not around
stocks.
anymore.
It's penny stocks.
Don't worry, guys.
The,
It's all
it
Shibu
sounds-
Inu.
it sounds very Wolf of
Dogecoin.
Wall Street over there.
It's all
Aerodyne Tech.
No,
I got a great stock for you.
It's the same. It's the same marketing ploy. They can offer you these massive rates because they're backed by a very
Colombian
large
drug lord.
financial institution, but they're harvesting your data. Just like everybody else does. So
Data's valuable. Data is very.
I feel like there's some eerie similarities to the new client acquisition models of all these new sports gambling entities, right? We'll put $200 in your account today. It's all about like, how do we get as many clients as possible?
Yeah, they want your data.
And it's working. Like when we log off of this, I'm going to get an Apple Card and an Apple savings account.
Is it working? Are you going to do it?
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah, 100%. Not even going to.
I'm not kidding. I will report back to base on how this goes. Why not?
I love this.
I got down to one credit card.
Well, you were.
And now I'm going to have two.
Yeah, you are.
So
For the
and then I'm
record.
gonna
Oh, by the way,
move all my Shibu Inu crypto over to this Apple savings account.
here's
It's
what I'm
gonna
going to tell
get
you.
better.
So when you get an Apple Card, they'll give you the option of, do you want a physical Apple Card? And when you do, it's all metal.
That's what my Venture One is right now. It's
so
amazing.
sick. It's so
It's
sick.
an amazing card.
So sick.
It's so ridiculous how fun how metallic it, like when you drop it on a bar.
I just love that.
ASMR.
We're so
Financial
ridiculous.
ASMR.
It's so ridiculous. We're both stupid. None of that matters. So stupid. None of that matters. But it works for these
It
two
totally works.
jack wagons online. BD Ricky over here and Big Papa Yogi wearing a blue sweatshirt.
It's Ricky time, brought to you by Apple Card.
Apple, if you would like to sponsor the channel, like,
That's right.
look how good
That's right.
like an Ultra would look on my wrist. Ooh.
the other
would look
wrist.
good.
You still got to have your Pixel Watch. on
We'll
now.
figure that part out. Evidently, Elon, we talked about it in one of my shorts that I was going to put online. Did I actually end up posting that? I don't know if I did. Last week, we talked about Elon's Twitter disaster. So what's not really important here is the fact that, oh, wait, wrong story. There we go. That's the one I wanted. Evidently, Elon says he's going to speak with Timmy Cook about changing the App Store commission rules. So let me go ahead and just
good
tell
luck
you
with that.
what's going to happen. Tim Cook's not going to care. Tim Cook literally doesn't care what Elon Musk says. Elon took Twitter, made it X, started paying creators, which, by the way, as a creator, love that. They're still in the red. So I don't know where he's getting the money from. Or at least that's what he says. Now he wants to talk to Tim and say, hey, quit taking 30%.
I'll tell you where he's getting the money. That
Shibu
Apple savings
Inu.
account. That Apple savings account. For
That's what he's doing. That's what he should have done. He would have been, as a matter of fact, he would have been better off
robbing
not
Tim to
buying
pay Tim.
Twitter. He should have went and put it in an Apple savings account from Goldman Sachs.
There you go.
Damn it, that still feels so bad to say. It's Goldman
golf clap
Sachs.
you with my golf hat.
Golden,
Yeah, good job.
Goldman Sachs.
I was like, what? I was like, have I been wrong all my life? What is that?
I still swear to God, I don't believe you guys. I swear to God, I'm really struggling right now. I want you guys to know I'm really struggling. If we get to the end of the show and you guys are like, nah, I've really been messing with you the whole time, I'm gonna slap shit out of both of you.
I mean, I'm more than willing to, after the show, we can listen to some commentators, we can listen to Wikipedia pronounce it, and if I'm wrong, on the next live show, I will admit I was wrong. But if I'm not,
You're not.
I mean, we all know.
You're not. You're so confident you're not wrong. He's just an idiot. The big guy over here is just really stupid. Goldman Sachs.
You're going to be right in some foreign country.
I'm gonna find it. There's always something on the internet. I'm gonna find it. So today, Twitter users or X users. Is that what it is? What are we calling now? Are they
It's
X?
X.
It sounds like they're in the witness protection program.
Right.
he said previously that X would keep nothing for 12 months, then 10%, amending it. Who cares at this point what he's going to do? Apple does take 30%, but I will speak with Tim Cook and see if that can be adjusted to be just 30% of what X keeps in order to maximize what creators receive. Look here, Elon. Tim's not going to just do that.
Right.
Don't worry. He's going to speak to the manager.
Yeah, it was total Karen move. Total Karen. Let me pull weight and just call up Tim Apple and say, "Hey, bro, can you cut me a deal on the 30%?" You know what he's going to do? Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Elon, you invested billions of dollars and then flushed it down the toilet. Apple is $1 trillion company.
Right.
$1 trillion company. And Elon bought Twitter for 55 mil?
44.
That too? 44 billion.
44 billion.
Yeah, 44 billion.
Yeah.
But Apple's worth $1 trillion. $1 trillion.
Orders of magnitude difference.
It's funny money. That's not even real money. That's not even real. Tim's not going to care. Don't be stupid.
Actually, it's worse than that.
What?
As of August 2023,
Yeah.
Apple had a market capitalization of $2.862 trillion.
Yeah, he's just look. Tim's
Almost
not going to care.
$3 trillion.
Yeah. He's not going to care. He's not. Nobody's going to listen. Nobody cares, Elon. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Would be really funny if Tim came back and said, "Well, Apple's had a bad quarter. We're going to take 45%."
That would be fun.
Tim is just swiping away this iMessage in Vision Pro.
It's just Tim
like,
uses it every day right
he's
here.
Hanging up on Elon.
How did this guy get my number?
God, can somebody please just take him and tell him I'm busy? Can somebody, sir, they can literally see you using, I'm not here. Evidently.
I'm on the moon.
I'm on the moon. Evidently.
He's on the other side of this aquarium wall wearing scuba gear.
He uses the spatial computer daily? Are either of you excited about that?
No.
I mean, I'm not a big VR guy. I love AR way more. It's not even close because I love the fact that it's part of your physical reality. At least it's adding to where you already are. And I love that AR is accessible. It's using the technology that's already in your hand, right? You don't need a special thing. I don't enjoy the goggles.
Yeah.
I also wear glasses every day. So it's just like I'm already.
Yeah,
like,
that's tough.
But from what I've seen of it, the Vision Pro is more attractive to me in theory. I've still never used one, but in theory, because you can still see your surroundings. You're not immersed in, Zuckerberg's, version of like Roblox or whatever he's building. It's like
Right.
you're still in your space. And so, I get it kind of, but, it's enough for me, dog. It's enough for me.
It is such a hard no for me. Like, it's cool what you can do, but I have no interest in putting, like you wear glasses. I don't want to wear that. Like, I want to do the opposite. I want to disconnect from the regular life. Like,
Right.
I'm already connected literally all the time. I don't watch TV either. Like, most people know this. Like, I'm not a big TV watcher. I'm a big music guy. Like, I love music. Got music. I'm listening constantly on music. So, like, but you could have a 120-inch TV that's right in front of your face. Yeah, but I don't care. Like, I don't want to watch that. There's no draw for that for me. So, like, it's just not a product that's for me. And plus the fact that it's just not cost effective. Good God in heaven. $3,000.
You just yawned at a $3,500 headset.
That's nothing for VP Peaches.
VP,
right, baby.
please.
That's right.
Now, he
right.
does go on to say in this same article, which is connected to the next article that we talked about, Cook did refuse to answer a question about lengthening upgrade cycles as consumers now typically hold onto their smartphones 3 to 4 years in place of the 1 to 2 years, which used to be more common. And now why I think that that's very interesting. It gets to this article that 9 to 5 Mac put out.
Mm-hmm.
This person downgraded to an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and there's not much missing. Now, he buried, in my opinion, buried a little bit of the lead that I want to call out. Why would anybody purposefully downgrade to an 11? Here is the reason, and they just kind of casually brushed this over. The display on my iPhone 14 Pro Max got burn-in. It's because of the always-on display in the 14 models. That's interesting. Nobody's talking about the fact. I know for sure that the tech community talked about the fact that burn-in was possible, but he just kind of casually glanced over that. So that seems very problematic to me, and we're just kind of like brushing it under the rug, like, oh, Apple can do no wrong. Swoop, 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 swoop.
So they have this interesting like ability to change your screensaver on when it's locked without you needing your Face ID or your thumbprint or whatever, where you can just set up multiple custom screens. So to me, now that I've heard about this, that seems to be like a technical answer to the challenges of I have my date and time burning into my
Constantly.
screen at all times.
Yeah.
And then I can just literally, grab it and then just flip to a different, flip to like a different, like if I hold my finger down, then I can just scroll to a different wallpaper quickly to like, to kind of fight that, to like fight the burn.
I'm going to check if I have burn-in, and I'll report back next week to see if I actually have burn-in. I doubt it. I doubt that I do. Maybe I do. I don't know. But nobody's talking about that. That seems like a miss. But that's not the... I know. Juan. Oh, the burn-in's only a problem with the Google Pixel. I love Juan. Juan, I love you, man. So, burn-in's fine on iPhones. We make more money on iPhone videos on YouTube anyway. So he's right about that, unfortunately.
That's funny.
It's just the nature of the beast. But the thing is, this person talks about using an iPhone Pro Max and comes to find out that basically at the end of it, it's all kind of about the aesthetics, the performance. Now, this on paper, 70% faster than the A13. The A13 isn't anything to be, it's not chopped liver. Yes, the A16 is faster, but it's not to say like the A13 is a slouch. It's not. Like he says, for the most part, it's just a couple more seconds, maybe, in some apps. He really talks about the thing he missed the most was MagSafe and 5G. Now, the 5G, okay, I can get down with that. MagSafe, kind of missed me with that. That's weak. That's a weak argument, in my opinion. But this goes to show you kind of the point, kind of bringing it all full circle back to the Pixel Fold when we were talking about it earlier. Everybody complaining and saying that the Tensor 2 was not good, not good, not good. Juan talked about it in the chat that it actually was faster than the 14 Pro Max at rendering. This dude is saying that the 11 Pro Max is actually okay to use, even though it's 4-year-old tech. And that goes back to me, in my opinion, and I'm going to go bring up the triple screen here of this because we wrap this down. Just go buy the Pixel Fold because the Tensor 2 is just fine. It really is okay.
And Tim Apple has enough money.
And Tim Apple's got enough money. Elon's an idiot. I mean, come on.
I'm going to take some of Tim's money when I get my savings account.
You are going to do it. Look, I will say, that's
Goldman's
great.
Money.
Like that. Well, you definitely are doing that, and let's not get it twisted. They're taking some of yours too. So it's
right.
Look, the tech's going to be fine. The tech is blown up in the last few years to be great. You can use 3-4-year-old tech. You're going to be fine. Go buy a Pixel Fold. If you want a Pixel Fold, go buy the Pixel Fold. The Tensor chip's going to be just fine in 3 years. Definitely go out. Don't spend $1,800 on it. Go get a deal in one of the major carriers. They're going to give you the deal. Just take their money. Take it.
For all of Apple's faults, their hardware has been, at least for me, like extremely reliable in a number of ways. And
Absolutely.
their phones are no different. Their phones last. I mean, I I rode an iPhone 6S for
Yes, you
like
did.
7 years.
You rode that thing to the death.
Still powers up. It is
Yeah.
the wall-mounted big screen in my daughter's dollhouse. It's sick.
No way.
But-
That's actually that's a cool idea.
But what they do to continue to sell you more phones is, they're focusing on the perception of innovation with features. They're just giving you more features like we talked about last week. It's not that it's so much faster. Like I jumped from a 12 Pro to a 14 Pro and I was like, oh, this is sweet because there's just different transitions in iOS.
Right? The dynamic
but it's
island. The
still-
island got
it's
you, didn't
still
it?
It's still just as fast.
The
It's still
island.
just as fast.
The island got you, didn't it?
It was the purple.
Islands in the stream. Did you have a purple?
Yeah.
You get that purple. Purple.
I'm all about the colors tonight, y'all.
Clearly. All right, let's wrap this thing up.
buddy.
Completely. By the way, probably won't do Friday night again just because it's Friday night. We'll probably go
No,
back
you-
to middle of the week.
You yawned on air. I mean, lesson learned.
Did I really?
Oh yeah.
My bad.
Did I really?
Did I? It's
It was-
Goldman
it was-
Socks, damn it.
It was
It's
after
Goldman
you said
Socks.
it was after you said socks, and while you were talking about the $3,500 Vision Pro.
That's
You were
because
like,
evidently I yawn. $3,500. So, yeah. I hate you
Out of
both.
my Apple savings.
I hate you both.
With my metal card.
With my metal card, I don't hold a balance on
right.
that card. I pay it off every
right.
month because I don't
right.
use it. I just wanted the Apple savings account. I don't use it.
I know I'm going to see you guys again on Wednesday night, but well, no, I'm only going to see one of you. Is this true?
It's a true statement.
yeah.
He's like, he can't, he says he doesn't want to do the show from out of town.
It's not that
It's a
I
weak
don't
move.
want to do the show.
Weak moves.
It's,
Moves are weak.
I'm not going to do the show.
It's not that I don't want to. I'm just not.
Is this where Stats kind of ghosts us?
He's like,
he went out to get cigarettes and just never came back.
Daddy.
No, I'm going. Oh wow. I'm going.
I'll be
I'm
back to do
going.
the show. I swear.
I'm going, and this.
fine. Go talk to your
this-
mom.
These
I'm gonna
next
get
couple of comments are more for Peachy than for anything, but I'm
Oh,
going
God.
to the land of good water, spicy fried chicken, and the best barbecue on the planet. So yeah,
Memphis, baby.
Yeah, it's
got
Memphis.
it.
It's always Memphis. Love
it.
Memphis. Love everything about Memphis. Well, not everything.
Stats,
Little-
you got to do
little
one
high
of those
crime.
The
low-key
heat and the humidity.
call-outs. You got to do one of those vague social media things where you're like, I'm in Memphis this week. What's good? See who's out there.
Right.
Dude, oh, yeah, you totally should. All right, if that's
What's
what you're doing.
cracking?
If you are still watching the show either live or on replay, if you're part of the replay crew, use hashtag Memphis Water. I'm going to
Okay.
be really interested to see if anybody actually picks up on that.
that'll work.
Hashtag Memphis Water. If you know, you know.
Nice.
You will not see Stats next week, but you will see the law office of Scott and Scott come back probably Wednesday, probably 9 p.m. We'll be back to normal. But as we promised, we will always do a show in the week. Sometimes it'll be on Friday nights. Most of the time, it'll probably not. What's your weekend plans? I know, well, we know where Stats is going. Stats is going to be driving for a while.
Yep.
I'm going to go to the Goldman Socks website after this. Where are you going, Boombox?
Let's see, this weekend. I think this is my chill weekend because the next weekend is my birthday party.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you doing for that?
So
Ooh.
I'm throwing a DJ show in Columbus, Ohio, Saturday, August 12th at O'Nelly's. It's going to be myself, Scotty Boombox with George Brazil,
The George.
Jimmy San, and Handsome Jeff, which was the greatest DJ name of all time.
Handsome Jeff.
And we will be playing music's at 9. My buddy's kitchen will be serving hot, delicious food. It's open to the public. Come on through.
Love it.
Peachy,
Come on through.
better see you there. Yep. And,
I wasn't invited,
Stats
so I don't even know what you're talking
here.
about.
it's on social media. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's fine. I'll get you signed up.
Threads?
And so that's what I'm getting ready. So this weekend, lo-fi, because in 8 days,
You're going to be a mess.
I'll be a
You're going to be a
fun
mess. It's to be a fun. Are you going to do the whole ski goggle thing?
No, but I have a lighting rig. We're gonna have a Rain 1 for if there's any DJs that know what that is. It is
I don't know what that is.
insane.
What's a Rain 1?
It is a huge DJ controller with 2 motorized turntables built in that actually spin like little 45 records.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a $2,000 controller. It's sweet.
Did you? Was that your birthday present?
Oh no, it's not mine. I roll with a DJ 505 by Roland. It's basically got that 808 drum kit in it, as well as a DJ controller, and you can play vinyl through it. So we're gonna get weird. It's gonna be great. We've got the lighting rig, a couple Bose L1s. It's gonna be a great time.
So is it going
if you're
to
watching,
be?
You're invited.
Is it going to be streamed and or recorded by any chance?
Yes, there's a great chance it's going to be on Jimmy San's Twitch, so we may stream it live. So I'll put
plug that on. We'll plug that next week.
Cool.
Amen. That's right.
All right, y'all. It's absolutely low key for me this week. It sucked. So we're gonna blah. Nope. I'm out. Maybe I'll buy a Pixel Fold. Probably won't.
Do it.
I know. I do. I'm moving pieces.
Doing work.
I'm getting a credit card.
You are going to go get a credit card. I can't wait. It's going to be fun. All right, y'all. Be good at it. We will see you sometime in the mid next week. Peace and love. See y'all soon.